All right, we're back again, and today I'm going to a spot in a food court that I've been to before. I don't even know the name of it off the bat, but I'll tell you in just a second. But they do a really good Bandeja Paisa, and that's why we're here. So this is the spot right here, and it's just in like a regular food court, like like you might see in America or Canada. But the big difference is like the quality of food at these places is, in my opinion, much better. Like it's not really like your typical fast food, and that's something pretty cool about it. It's funny for me doing these vlogs again after so many years of not doing them, because it's like you remember like how many looks you get from people, especially like me being an English speaking person here in Colombia. I get a lot of looks just even based off of speaking a different language, so that's been interesting. Anyway, the price of the Bandeja Paisa plus limonada de coco, which is basically a coconut type drink, came to 45,000 Colombian pesos, which off the top of my head I'm going to say is maybe about $15 Canadian, which I don't know, is probably like $12 American or something like that. Just waiting on it now, and should be here any second. Got this little buzzer. When this goes off, it's ready, so yeah. All right, so here it is, the Bandeja Paisa. So what we've got here is basically a steak, an egg, chicharron, beans, rice, a little tiny arepa, a little side salad, almost like a coleslaw here, an avocado, and a plantain. And I was pretty close to correct on my my pricing there. 45,000 Colombian pesos, which is actually $17 Canadian, and it is actually about $12 American, $12.60 American. So the Americans, like, they really get a deal here in Colombia, as you can see. But yeah, no, even as a Canadian, like $17 for all this is pretty crazy. Also, the limonada de coco also arrived. It's like just a creamy coconut lemonade drink. Super delicious. So yeah, let's dig in. It's always tough to estimate what a meal like this would even cost in Canada. But if I had to estimate, probably 30 or 40 bucks easily. And I might actually be off with that because I'm a little out of touch when it comes to Canadian prices. I've just been spending so much time in Latin America. But anyway, let's start with the star of the show, or one of the stars of the show, the chicharron. Here we go. Wow, that is actually better than I remember. Better than I remember it being at this particular place. So, little beans and rice. That's good. The beans have a nice sauce to them as well. Let's have some more of the beans and rice. A little coleslaw. Coleslaw almost tastes like it has some sort of like a citrusy thing going on, like maybe like a squeeze of lime juice or something. I could be wrong. Let's have a bit of steak. Not bad. I remember it being more tender, but sometimes places also switch up like where they are sourcing their meat. That's another thing too, which sometimes sucks if they do a downgrade and go with like cheaper quality meat to save money. Usually doesn't pan out well for restaurants. It's like you're better just keeping your quality very high, I've always found. But it's tough because not everyone knows this, but restaurants don't actually make that much money. Like the profit margins are really bad. Restaurants make like 3 to 5% profit margins, which is pretty brutal. Yeah. Let's have some of the plantain. Pretty good. A little dry, but overall, still very good. The dish. What I like about Bandeja Paisa, and just also like kind of Colombian food in general, is the way that different flavors tend to mix together and sort of complement each other. Like they'll often have things like rice, beans, avocado, you know, some type of protein like a meat, and you know, like a plantain, and maybe like lime on the side, an egg, which all sounds kind of random, but the way that the flavors work together can be surprisingly good. They must have switched up their steak, or just the way they're cooking it or something, because like it's just a lot tougher than I remember, or just my standards for what I consider to be a good steak have gone way up. But I think they've changed the meat, like where they're getting that steak from. Anyway, let's move on to the limonada de coco. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that one. Definitely exactly as I remember it. That's just a tasty, sweet, coconut flavored, like creamy lemonade drink. They make it partly with milk, which is why it's creamy. Yeah, that's really good. So I mean, overall, I will say the steak, in terms of the Bandeja Paisa, the steak kind of does bring down what I would rate the dish overall. But everything else, oh, and maybe the plantain too. The plantain kind of like brings the overall score down as well. But for everything else, actually the chicharron was surprisingly good. So I'd probably give it like a 8.2. It would be much higher if the steak was of a better quality, but the rest of it just brings the score right up. So yeah, 8.2 out of 10. I think that's about it for this video. This is a kind of a random restaurant in a food court, but the place is called Paria y Mar, or Paria and like Mar means like the sea. So it's like they do a mix of, you know, parrilla asado, like meat, like beef and that kind of thing, plus also seafood. And this place is in Laureles at this San Juan Home Center place. It's attached to like a hardware place in Laureles if you want to come check it out. And I would recommend it, honestly. Just that steak brought down the score, but otherwise, amazing Bandeja Paisa. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for this video, and catch you guys in the next one. You should never change your score when doing a food review, but I'm gonna change my score. So just because the steak quality was honestly pretty poor in my opinion, pretty tough. The meat was too tough. I'm gonna give the overall Bandeja Paisa a 7.9. That's the review.